Good morning, everyone. I'm Nicole Traum, and this is Breathe With Me, Nicole Traum from Nicole Traum Yoga. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this morning, you can drop a comment, tell me how your Wednesday is, what you've got planned for today. And if you are watching the replay, you can do #replay. So we've been talking about, this week, we've been talking about ways that we can start to be a little bit more open to the idea of surrender, which is something very difficult, I think, for a lot of us. I'm going to grab my notes here. The idea of surrender is something that is almost foreign to us, because I know for me, the way that I was kind of brought up in my mind, and not that anyone really taught me this, but maybe I just learned it from seeing other people do it, is that, if something doesn't work, then you're just going to try harder, right? And you're going to do it harder and stronger and faster until you get it right. And, sometimes that works, but a lot of times it doesn't. And over time, it begins to make us feel really, really exhausted, really burnt out, really worn out. And what happens over time is then we start to get really disheartened and give up. So when we allow ourselves to find ways of surrendering, of softening, of releasing, it gives us a different perspective. It allows us to know that we don't have to do everything on our own, that we can start to turn within and pause every now and again and find ways to refresh ourselves so that we can really face what we've got going on. So I wanted to share a quote this morning that I think really applies to what we've been talking about. And then we're going to explore that idea around what this quote goes into. So it's a quote by Victoria Erickson. She was a writer for Rebel Society. I liked always reading a lot of their work, and her work especially. So it's really, she just gets right to the point. All right. So it says, when you reach your edge, soften. Soften until you slip through the constraints and can create a new rhythm, a new route, a new release. Water is soft yet powerful. Reach your edge and soften. I love it. So reaching our edge and softening. How do we get there, right? So sometimes we reach our edge and we're like, right? Like, I'm going to just hold on for dear life until I'm going to white knuckle it, right? And so our practice of mindfulness does ask us to let go and let God, to let things start to flow. So we're going to think about letting go of that grip today as we move, as we breathe. So I want you to come and sit up nice and tall here, sitting up in your chair, pressing down through your feet as you lengthen, letting your shoulders move onto your back. And just take a couple breaths here. You can start to flow side to side, bringing in that element of water. So in our mindfulness practice, the idea of water is something that it comes with a flow. Water is something that's very powerful. If you think about the way that a river flows, right? If there's a rock or something in the middle, the water is going to find a way around it, right? And even if that means smoothing it out a little bit, it will bring it in. So we can bring in this element of water, this flowiness into our lives, into our bodies, and actually feel ourselves start to settle, start to release, start to smooth, right? And then come around a few times, just moving nice and slow. You can take a couple deeper breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then change your direction and just notice. Let yourself breathe and connect with what you've got. The breath can even be a little bit watery, right? You let it flow in and out. That's it. And then as you come back through center, you can inhale and arch your back. So we're bringing the shoulders back. Exhale as you round and pull your belly in. Inhaling, opening up the chest. Good. Exhaling and rounding. Let's add our arms now. So reaching those arms out, opening the chest. Exhale, reaching forward, stretching through your back body. Inhale, opening up. Good. Exhaling, rounding. As I'm doing this, my back's popping. It feels pretty nice, right? Inhale and exhale. Let's do two more. Big inhale, opening the chest, opening the heart. And then exhale as you round. Opening up. Good. And exhaling, making that movement nice and big, nice and flowy. This time as you come forward, you're going to stay there and just start to reach your hands forward. Right hand forward and left hand forward, stretching up through the back body. Good. One more time to each side. Perfect. And then as you come on back, you can roll your shoulders onto your back and just kind of notice how that feels. We're going to step our legs apart here. Bring your knees apart, bringing them out about as wide as your chair, and then come around. Just take a couple circles around, feeling that movement into your hips, into the back of your waistline. Good. And then you can come around and do the opposite direction. Same thing here, just moving around and around, feeling that movement start to release the hips a little, bring in a little bit of space. Perfect. And then we're going to come up to standing. So you can use your chair here. In fact, let's turn the chair so that the seat of the chair, you're going to face the seat of your chair. And we're going to do what I like to call sun breath, right? So it's sort of like a variation of a sun salutation. It's a little bit of a warm up here. So what we'll do is we're going to inhale the arms up, stretching up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you can come down. So maybe you're going to bring your hands to your knees or the chair or all the way down to the floor. And then we'll inhale and look up. So lengthening the spine, exhale and bow. And you can inhale all the way back up. So lengthening up, exhale and come back down forward. So I'm gonna bring my hands to the chair here. Inhale as you look up, exhale as you bow, and then bend the knees and come all the way back up, leaning back, exhaling hands to your heart. Let's do 2 more like that. Big inhale, stretching up, leaning back, exhale as you come forward, leaning forward. Good, inhale as you look up to a flat back, exhale as you bow. Bend the knees, inhale and come all the way up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands back to your heart. And then one last round. Big inhale, reaching up, leaning back. Exhale as you come forward. Good. Inhale up to a flat back. And then exhale as you bow all the way back in. So just coming all the way back up now, coming back to your seat, and just noticing how nice that feels in your body. Let's get back in there. Screen here. So feeling that, noticing how that just felt, now we can start to turn within and really start to breathe a little bit deeper. So here, close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. You can sit however is comfortable for you. And start to come back to your breath now, noticing your inhale and your exhale. Good morning. Just letting yourself be in this moment, in your breath, with whatever you've got going on. Bringing in that breath like a fresh connection to water, that flowiness, that smoothness. Maybe start to feel your shoulders soften away from your ears, feel your spine lengthen a little bit more. And allow yourself to, as you find these different places in your body that are gripping, allow yourself to let them soften. Smooth them with your breath, with your openness, with your own flowiness. It's a practice that we have to come back to time and time again, letting go of the gripping, letting go of that hardness, and allowing the edges to soften. Bringing in that element of water, of flowiness into our lives, into our bodies, into our breaths, even into our minds, right? We get into that place where our mind gets so rigid, where we're so stuck, right? We have to allow that space to come in and slowly let it soften. And it doesn't just magically work over time, right? It takes a little bit. It's not just you just go, okay, now I'm gonna be more flowy, right? It takes that time. So let yourself be in that space to really feel it, to breathe. That's it. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Inhale and exhale. And then as you come back through center, you can bring your hands back in front of your heart, sit up nice and tall, rub your hands together, just feel that sensation as you come back to the present moment. And then as you blink your eyes open, you can bring your hands back in front of your heart. We pause here to really honor that flowiness that we started to bring in, and so it might overflow into all the areas of your lives. We bow together, and I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Nicole Traum for Breathe With Me, NicoleTraumYoga.com. I've got some classes going on right now, so if you are interested in taking class, you can hop right on. I've got class actually this morning at 9 a.m. Oh, thanks. Hi, guys. I'm seeing lots of pops coming up here. So I have class this morning at 9 a.m. and you can sign up for that over at NicoleTraumYoga.com. And then I also have something fun going on. Let me grab it and show you guys. So for the month of August, because we're almost in August, can you believe that? I'm going to be doing a challenge, which is a healthy habits challenge. Healthy habits, meaning things that you can bring into your life. One of them being maybe yoga, right? Mindfulness, meditation. And so I have this available on my website. It's a habit tracker. I've been doing it. I didn't fill it out for the last 2 days. but you can add things on here that you want to track. And it doesn't have to be something you do every day, right? It can be something that you decide, you know what, I just want to track it, and maybe I want to do it every other day or once a week, right? But you can track it and just have something nice to look back on as you move through the month. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So the person that does the most yoga classes this month, the month of August, is going to get a prize, as well as anyone that submits this. I'm going to do some giveaways for that too. So if you're going to do it, you can print it out from my website, NicoleTromYoga.com. You can track it. You can take, say you want to do 1 or 2 yoga classes a week. You can do it like that, right? But adding that on. And then anyone that submits this to me at the end of the month or throughout the month will get entered to win a prize as well. So I've got a couple prizes here, and it'll be really fun to kind of do this together. Maybe hopefully set some new health challenges or habits for ourselves. So hopefully I will see you. If you're not here today at 9 o'clock for class, I have class on Friday at 9 and Saturday at 8. So have a great day. I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.